Welcome back. In this module, we'll be looking at the four components of emotional intelligence. I'll be listing them out and to be discussed in details. The first is self-awareness. Second, self-regulation. Third, motivation. The fourth, empathy. And the fifth, social skills. These five components are words you probably have heard somewhere, but you have not linked them to your emotions. I'll be explaining these in details. What is self-awareness? Self-awareness is the ability to recognize your own emotions and understand how they affect your thoughts, actions, and your decisions. Remember that you are the CEO of your emotions, and people and situations should not control your emotions for you. But first thing, you need to acknowledge that you are a human being and emotions are part of you, a part of your day. You need to understand what emotions you have inside of you, what triggers them, and how you can actually react to situations that bring them out in you. How do you understand emotional triggers and their influence on your actions? Emotional triggers are situations that cause strong emotional reactions. And for you to be emotionally intelligent, you need to understand these triggers before they come up. So it's more or less like you are being proactive and thinking about situations before they happen. So you are better prepared on how to handle these situations. For example, if you know that a certain situation makes you anxious, you think about it, you plan ahead to manage your emotions better before it happens. Then how else can you understand this? You develop emotional literacy. This involves identifying and naming emotions with precision. For example, when you say you're feeling sad, that's vague. You can actually name it by saying, I feel frustrated or I'm feeling hopeful. The ability to name your emotions helps you understand what you're going through and also helps you understand how best to respond in ways that are healthy and productive. What are the techniques of self-awareness? The first one we have here is emotional journaling. Keep a journal to track your emotional experiences. This will help you identify patterns and uncover triggers. Then you can actually seek for feedback. Asking for feedback from colleagues, from friends, can help you and give you an insight on the emotional impact of situations and people around you. Then mindfulness practices. Take time to reflect on your day, situations and things that have happened. And before reacting, you can actually take deep breaths. This helps you to stay in tune with your emotions. The next thing we'll be looking at is self-regulation. Remember, the first step we talked about is self-awareness. For you to regulate something, you need to be aware of it. And now that you're aware of your emotions, what triggers you, you can better regulate it. What is self-regulation? This is the ability to manage and adjust your emotional responses, particularly in challenging situations. The truth is, this is not as easy as it is being said, but with practice, you can actually get better at it. How can you regulate your emotions? The first thing is to recognize emotional triggers, understand emotions, your feelings, and recognize things that could actually escalate and affect you emotionally. So self-regulation, like I said earlier, is the ability to control and adjust your emotions, especially when things get tough. The ability to remember that you are in control and that you should be proactive, not reactive, would actually help you to handle situations better and with much more ease. One thing you need to understand is that you don't need to let your feelings take over. You always need to be in control. Ask yourself questions. Why do I feel this way? What is happening to me? What's the truth about the emotions I feel? And how can I best handle it without hurting myself and hurting the other person? This can actually help you regulate your emotions, think of better ways to handle situations. But it's best to do this in a very calm and thoughtful way. How can you recognize emotional triggers? The first thing is to think about this before it happens. Write these things down. Avoid environments and situations that are actually toxic. How best can you manage your emotions? You need to recognize when emotions start building up and when you also need to stay in control. For example, if you begin to feel your heart race and your thoughts get tense, that's a sign that your emotions are actually escalating. By noticing these signs early, you can take steps to calm yourself down before your feelings become overwhelming. Take deep breaths. You can take a walk. So for some persons, you end up singing. Anything at all that will make you feel calm and not leading you to act irrationally would actually help and show that you are emotionally intelligent.